Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to episode 15, season 15 of The Impossible Dream with the mighty Scunthorpe United, the Iron as always. Thanks for joining me, it's massively appreciated. You know it is, your view is the most important thing, but if you feel very generous, you might fancy hitting that thumbs up, commenting below, becoming a patron. All of it is appreciated, you know it is. And I love you long time. Now, I had a very, very busy weekend, mainly because this season I've enjoyed it for many different ways and I can't wait to share that with you. But I'm also trying to build the subscriber league for my little mini series, my little thank you series. So it's been hard, but most of you'll know. What I do to try and get through a season quick is I'll play a game, and then if I've got a week, I'll holiday. And normally I'll just holiday to the next game, and then I play a game, and then a holiday. This weekend though, in between each game, when I'm on holiday, I'm jumping out the game while it's holidaying, going to the editor, doing a little bit, and then jumping back in, and I've just been switching. Man, I swear to God. It's great having ideas, then sometimes you've got to implement them ideas, but it should be good. That sub-league will be brilliant. But for now, we're here in Scunny, sunny Scunny. Beautiful weekend, it's a beautiful day, but will it be a beautiful season? Here we are, it's the 16th of August, and man, I love this. Right, I've loved it for many ways. One of them is, once you get into Europe, no matter what that European competition is, it unlocks doors. It unlocks the chance for you to sign players you couldn't touch before. I'm not saying the best players in the world, but you know, you can just see that step up in quality. And I've gone crazy. I mean, I've wrote a list here. I've signed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 players. And is it necessarily ish a new first team? It's just, I just went to town. Now, quickly, I did bring in quite a bit of money. Main players out, I'm just going to go through it quick. He's Jim Corbett, Dortmund, 40 mil. I got Nicky Hazelhurst, he went to Napoli, got 20 million for him. Mario Moretti, that striker, he was alright. He went to Leicester for 13.25. Raphael, my goalkeeper, sold him to Marseille for 11.25. The Sheriff, the centre-half, he was okay. Got 4.5 for him. And then Zanzogni, the winger, he was alright at the time. I got a massive 1.8. And I also sold a couple more youngsters, right? But spent a lot. But what I have done is, I'll be honest with you, is I've ladened the club with a bit of future debt. A lot of broken down deals, a lot of good deals though. We have a new goalkeeper from Newcastle United signed for 7.5 million, Danny Ford. Now he was in the England squad, he's only played for England twice. He's Newcastle's backup keeper, but he wanted to leave, right? And I thought for 7.5 million he'd be brilliant. Now this is a typical signing of mine this season, players who had like a year left on their deal and wanted to leave the club they were at. Now Everton are a great club, but we're in Europe, so it's brilliant. I've signed Sahid Bulding from Everton for around 10 million. Next up, it's Matt Walton, signed from Espanyol. He's been out there a couple of years. He used to play for Villa. I got him for 15 million. Signed for just 11.25 million. We've got a good prospect centre-half, Ion Dundas from Hull. Now, this is where the team is really going to start to get better and allow me to do something I really want to do. But we'll start by talking about Gregory Jeannot, right? The Frenchman, 26 years old, going from Anderlecht for 15 million. Bonjour, monsieur. We are going full on French. Je voudrais, I would like a Sam Laurent Gonnet. Yes, damn right I would. Signed from Bournemouth. Now, this one's biggie, eventually. Could go up to 50 million. Spread that shit out though. And then to go just ahead of him, we've got Paulo, a little 21-year-old Brazilian. He's no wonder kid. I don't think he's ever been a wonder kid. Signed from Palmeiras, I think. I haven't got the name fix on this one. Minimum fee for a foreign club of only 15.25. And I found myself a right winger from Aston Villa. Used to play for Newcastle as well. Didn't play for them too much. Cleon Blair, 25 million. He's 28 years old, but I'm not going down that young route. You'll notice I'm signing players who are ready-made, who aren't old, but they're there. This one, another biggie. It's possibly, is it the second biggest? I think it is. A combined fee of around 40 to 43 million. It's Darren Salden, Dutch, 27 years old from PSV Eindhoven. Some good players available. in Holland, we've got ourselves a little wonder kid, Ivan Ferretto, for 11.5. I love a bargain, and I love that 50 wonder kid list. From Real Zaragoza, we have a new striker to compete with Thiago. It's Dimitris Valiutis, Dutch, 27 years old, got it from AZ for 40 million eventually, right? Top goal scorer in the league, their league, last year. So yeah, this is the squad arranged by ability. I've still got good players here, I think. Thiago is a fantastic player, we all know that. I think I've got goals, he's improved. Angel Lopez, who gets a lot of interest over the summer. I wasn't going to sell him. Again, I still think he's a great central defender. We've still got players like Nicolas Ibri, I can't say his name. Ini Baren, who, again, good player, had a bit of interest. He's not going anywhere. Valvis, the Greek, still a good player. It's starting to kick on. Do you know what I mean? We've got good age, good quality. And then a few of the other boys, he gets a lot of interest. Man United offered me 35 million, and I think it went up. But it was towards the back end of the transfer window, and I didn't really have anyone left on my list who I felt like I could get. And I'd be risking selling him, and you've seen the wages. I wouldn't be able to bring anyone in. I've pushed it to its limit, so I had to say no. I like him anyway, but I'm not going to go for everyone. I think I did that in the last one. I've done it recently. You know the kind of players we've got, but what we have got now is a team that shouldn't be like trying to get into Europe. I think we've got a team now that should be guaranteed to get into Europe, and to do that, I always go back to my tactic, my favourite tactic, which I've kind of struggled with in the Prem because we had the quality, I had the right player. I love this. Right, I've tried someone else's. It's done a job for a year and a half, but I will go back to mine. I want this to work, and with the players I've now got and the depth I've got, I think I've got a great first 11, and I think I've got a good player to back those 11 up. There's been a shift in power, right? As we know, Tottenham are the champions of England. There's one team, West Ham, who, I don't know if you remember, there was a time when they nearly got relegated and they jumped up, and they've been here and there and everywhere. Well, they actually had a tycoon takeover a couple of years ago, and in this transfer window they spent about 325 million. They recouped quite a bit, but they go to town this year. Now if we jump over to the bookies, you'll see City are favourites to win the league, United second, Liverpool, Spurs in fourth. Bit cheeky, you're the champions. Spurs are the champions. They've done a few deals, or they've lost 4 players, not brought anyone in, but apparently. But look at us, first time ever we're not in the bottom 3, so we're bringing in a lot of new players, a lot of fresh blood. I wanted quite a few friendlies. I wanted to really push them in a way. So we played Boca Juniors. I love a bit of Boca, as you know, and you'll find that out for yourself if you see the sub league. Beat them 2-1, went away for that. Then we played Barcelona, Barca bloody Lona, and beat them. I know it's only a friendly, but what a confidence boost. Then we had a training camp in China. We played a couple of games, and then we went on a tour to the States. Now quickly, of course, you know, we are boosting Glanford Park. It's going to be a new super stadium, which I'm very happy about. We're still going to be in our spiritual home, but of course we're still playing in the MKM Stadium. They've doubled the rent now, pretty much. Tripled the rent, I think. The cheeky gits. That's probably because we're a European team, I'm guessing, so they're charging more. But we will be moving into Glanford Park before the season ends. Let's have a quick look at the expectations, and for the first time ever as well, the board have said, don't fight bravely against relegation, get us mid-table. We're alright, I think we can. Obviously we're in the Europa League, we'll see what happens with that, and we've got a couple of domestics, as we all know, the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. I'm still gutted, I'm a little bit gutted about that, getting beat off Man United, but I mean, we had a great run there. It's quite easy, I'll be honest. We had a look at the draw. By the 1st of Jan, there's no real difference than the previous last couple of years. We're in and around it. The edging into a European spot. We were 8th, won 11, drawn 3, lost 7. My new striker from AZ is second in the goal scoring charts. Him and Thiago have played quite a lot together. Thiago can play out on the right, and they've done alright together, to be fair. And we started brilliantly, beating Brighton, beating West Ham, beating Reading. Then we got absolutely battered off United. Got beat off Arsenal, thinking, here we go. But then, you know, good couple of runs, 3 wins, lots of goals. Got beat off Bournemouth, which is bit of a shocker, I won't lie. Beat Spurs, who battered us twice last year. Drew with Liverpool, got beat off Chelsea, but then we beat Newcastle. Again, put another good run together, and then put a really bad run together. Everton, Palace, got beat off Villa back to back. But, you know, the top of the league, still disappointing. And then my last game, Greeno will love this one. Won't you, Greeno? Quick look at the money, and of course, our wage bill has just shot up on it. We've got a lot of big time players for a club like us, and we don't have a 60,000 seat stadium, but I'm okay with it. We've got a good cushion, can hopefully absorb it. Now then, here's a squad arranged by average rating. Got some good players here. Darren Salden, don't like his role, tough turds. Dimitris, the striker, scoring nearly a goal a game. If you look at Thiago, you can see he's still playing, so they are playing together quite a bit, and even rotating that striker position. Paulo, a good little player. I mean, what, I've got my little list here. I made a list today. 15.25 million, wasn't it, minimum fee? Great player, I'll be honest with you. Mathieu, Mate at centre half, doing a good job for me this year. While we're here, let's take a look at the Carabao Cup, and we're not going back to the final this year. Beat Millwall, beat Huddersfield, beat West Ham again. West Ham, we spent a ton of money, and a second in the league, so pretty happy with that. Then we came up against Spurs in the quarters, getting beat 2-1, so we're out. So of course we've still got the FA Cup to come. I've not started that yet, and we're in Europe, but it's that new format, so we've still got 2 games to play at this stage. So I think we jump forward. Let's get tucking right into it. Why not? I jump into the 1st of April, and I'm going to look at that beautiful Premier League table. Yes. Things start to come together. Possibly. We were on this fantastic run, the back end of our seasons, like old school Manchester United, where we used to be a bit hit and miss sometimes under Fergie at the start, but then, you know, get to Christmas and then just steamroll the rest of the season. It's like things just clicked, starting to maybe find me balance, was rotating a little bit more. Let's jump into the FA Cup though. We're out of it. Beat Sunderland 2-1 and got beaten off Arsenal 3-1. The Premier League though, this is where we've gone from 8th to 3rd, and obviously the teams are struggling because we have jumped some spots, haven't we? But this has massively helped. From the new year, we beat Leeds, beat Spurs 4-3. What a game, by the way. What a game, honestly. Love that. Beat Bournemouth. We got beat off West Ham. You know, they're a good team now. And then we've won 5 on the bounce. 5, scoring loads of goals. Brighton, Palace, Everton, Fulham, West Brom. And then I've just drawn at this point with Newcastle. Got a bit of a tough run in. So got City, Liverpool, Chelsea, United. But what about the Europa League? Well, of course, it's a new format by now. It's 2038. I don't mind this new format now. I've played it that many times on different saves. Quite enjoy it. Now, we were top going into the last game. I think I drew with Monaco 4-4. Let's just have a look. I'll put it on there. There's the wins. I mean, did we play massive teams? We played AZ. We signed their striker. Beat them 3-1. The rest of them, they're good wins. We drew with Monaco. That was it. That was the last game that ended up dropping me from 1st to 4th. Look who's top though, Genk. I mean, these are beatable teams. The one game we lost was against Lens, 3-2. So here we are, arranged by average rating. Darren Salden has been a great player. He's just moaning about his role. I like his role. He's wanted by Milan, not happening. And this dude from AZ, I think is really good. Like, such a good player. He's had a few injuries. He probably would have had more games under his belt. But the fact that him and Thiago are banging in them goals, I'm very happy with. Salden on the left. Those two, you know, usually up front or on the right, or switching that striker position. Paulo just behind the striker, scoring a good amount of goals for his position, playing a lot of games. Really happy. Cleon Blair is chipping in when he's playing, so it's like mainly them lot switching around a bit. I mean, Jimenez, good young left winger, more of a backup this year, but I'm really happy. My Frenchman, Sam Laurent Gonnet, he's a good player. I still like Gregory, you know. I know his average rating's below a 7, but I still think them two together are just fantastic in the middle. So let's head over to the Europa League fixtures, because of course we've been into the last 16, right? Where we've got AEK, a beatable team. Of course, looking at a 4-0 and a 5-0, you can see our run there when we draw at the end. This close to top in the group. And now we've got Genk, who did top the group. in the quarterfinals at their place, 3-0. Pareto coming in and just playing for fun. Mr. Dimitris up top, bagging us a goal. I mean, it was quite a close game. They had more chances. Now, this game was special for many ways, right? The first was the result, 4-1, dominated it pretty much. I went going into the semi-finals with ease, which is brilliant. Well happy with how they performed. But it was also our return to Glanford Park. This was our first match back at the newly completed, renovated, spiritual home of the Irons. The Iron, sorry. So yeah, buzzing. It kind of reminded me of last year, the Carabao Cup. We had quite an easy run. I mean, we had 3 championship teams back to back. We didn't get tested till the final, right? And I think we had it quite easy in the group stage games, and then, you know, AEK Athens, is it? And then Genk. Getting ourselves to the semis. We're a good team now. Good side. Not the finished article, but we're a good team. But we were going to get tested. Well, I thought I was going to get tested. Kind of did. And we played pretty well. The front four were brilliant. You can see there, that's one of the games where Thiago slotted out on the right and doing well. And we matched Chelsea. It was a head-to-head, going 1-0 up, going 2-1 down, and then Paulo, little Brazilian superstar, pulling one back, making it 2-2. What words can describe the pride and the joy I had of being these lads' manager, of being the manager of Scunny, of all the years, to have a team with players alike. I mean, a lot of them don't get to play for the country. A lot of them are good. A lot of them have been like at the teams like Bournemouth, no offence. Do you know what I mean? Anderlecht, Espanyol. And they've come here. We've started to click. And we've got ourselves into a final. We had an easy run. I'm going to say that out loud. We did. But then you get a Chelsea, who aren't Chelsea of old, but they're still Chelsea. Still going to have quality, still going to have money to spend. And it's 2-2, and you bring them home to Glanford and absolutely destroy them. We have AZ in the final at, right, the Bern Stadium, which was built in 2033. It's in Switzerland, right? No one plays there. I don't know if the computer's given the Swiss their own national stadium. It's a big stadium. But I can't find any team when I go on any of the Swiss teams that play at the Bern Community Stadium. And I thought I'd share this with you. This was our game against AZ in the group stage, was it? 3-1, Thiago, Salden and Valvis scoring us the goals. I mean, quite equal as you can see. But we just had the edge with the finishing. So this could be quite an equal final. Because we may be third, or we were third in the Premier League. AZ are the champions. They've won the league. Well, anyway, let's get on to the Premier League. And yes, we're still third. West Ham are top. West Ham could win the league, or can Spurs pip them to the post in that last game, right? It's quite exciting, isn't it? Can they go back-to-back, Spurs, or is it going to be the Hammers? I don't think they like each other, did they? When West Ham, I watched a video when West Ham won the Conference League, obviously in real life the other day. The songs I kept hearing were all slagging Spurs off, going on about walking around Tottenham with their European Cup. So these are the results, but it's all the results. So I just want to show you how proud I was and how much joy I had when you just feel that thing click together and you just feel like you're just unstoppable, right? From the start of the year, you can see where we got knocked out of the cup here and the great runs we were going on. And I was rotating, definitely rotated. I think Fulham, I played a B team pretty much. Obviously, you can't always do that. West Brom, pretty much. I couldn't always do that. I think I had an injury to my backup goalkeeper. Brought a kid out in the 21. So Danny Ford has been played to absolute death. But a lot like Toma, do you know what I mean? So I was gambling, but I was quite lucky around that period because Fulham and West Brom are down there, I think. So I felt I'll take the gamble because this European run could be awesome. And it's worked. I felt like I've got that depth that we just had. A fantastic back end to the season. Beat Man City. Look at that. I know they've gone shit this year, but then they battered me early on in the season. Was it 6-2, I think? So before we get into the final, this is the squad. But I've already picked my team for the final. Now, you can see how well we've done. A lot of goals in this team, a lot of assists, a lot of good performances, a lot of high average ratings, and a lot of wanteds. There's a lot of my players are wanted, right? By big teams. I mean, Dimitris, look, Arsenal, Juve, Saldon's wanted by West Ham and Milan. Thiago's wanted by Arsenal and Bayern. But one thing I did this year, and one thing I could tell, is that because maybe we were in Europe, when I signed a lot of these players, I could either negotiate out the minimum fee they wanted in the contract or up it to a silly amount with the new guys. With a lot of the older players, they did have a few left. You know, I lost a player last year, remember, to Bayern for 43 million on the 2nd of bloody February. I was able to go through and get rid of anyone, so the squad's pretty safe. Welcome to Switzerland and welcome to the Bern Community Stadium. It's only 5 years old, fantastic facility. No idea who owns it or who plays it. I don't even think it's a national stadium. I don't get it, but I don't care. I've got a great team out there and I've got great players on the bench. A couple of positions I was struggling with who to go for. But you know, that's a great problem to have in it. So here we go. I want to enjoy this moment before I consider my future, because I've got an offer on the table from a fantastic club that my agent really wants me to go for. He says it's time to change scenery, it's time for a new challenge. But don't know. I'm considering it, and I may be 60-40 to leave, right? But I've started to put a team together here, and it's always tempting, isn't it? I mean, after last year, maybe I was a bit down about losing the cup final. Am I going to be able to change this around? But then you get to summer, you see the new players, you get some new players. A lot of these lads are new. Ooh. And you start to get that magic feeling, buzz thing. But then I also realise, you know, this series is coming to an end when you see the viewerships, and you get a couple of days after a video's released and it's short by 100 or 200. You think people are starting to switch off from it. But then there's a core group of people that are enjoying it. But I'm enjoying it. But this could be the end. And if we could end on a high or with a European trophy, I'd be pretty happy. Right, go on, Saldon lad. Go on. Go on. Go on. Oh. But yeah, it has been challenging. I've been off all weekend. I've been really working hard. I mean, the wife's been really understanding. She knows this little mini-series I'm doing is a thank you. And she thinks it's a good idea. So she gets why I'm maybe even more invested into my computer than normal. Because like I said, in between games, I'm jumping into the editor while it's holiday into the next match and building it. And I've built the whole league, the cup, everything. It's all in place. It is a ballers league, by the way. It's going to be fun to do. Oh, get in! And I've put 3 squads together. I've still got 5 to do, but it was all the detail. I've made like logos for the country because we've got a new country. We're playing a new country who have their own manager, and I've built them a squad because it's a whole new thing. It should be fun. You might, if you download a save file, you could maybe play as one of the subscriber teams, or you could play as the new country and go and try and get them to a World Cup or something. There's a lot of options for you. There's going to be a lot of save files in the description for you to download and try something out. The pitch here looks amazing, doesn't it? This is a fantastic stadium. Can we have it? Can't we just transport it to Scunthorpe as much as I love Glanford? Beautiful, this place. Oh, that have got to him then. I reckon he'd have freaking stuck his foot through it. But what are the champions of Holland doing here? Nothing. I think it's only 1-0, but I feel like we're in control. When they're attacking, we're just shutting them down. We're getting the ball back. We're getting straight at them. We're getting on them. Good old Bood style. Back to my own, which I really enjoy, is Royo. Whipping it in. Oh, so it's half time here in Switzerland. My good friend Christian Peter is up here in the stands, cheering us on. I do love CP. But yeah, we're edging this. It's only 1-0 though. But I feel like we're in control. Second half's kicked off. My assistant wanted me to make a couple of subs in that first half, but I don't want to. I don't think anyone's struggling too much just yet. We can make those changes at some point. I mean, I've got both my main strikers on the pitch, but I wanted a big performance from Dimitris. I know it'd be hard for him in real life, but I kind of want him to score against his whole team. It's Paulo! What a Brazilian, what a player. I'm excited about something as well. You should all know who Greeno is, Lee Greenshields. He often plays evil characters. He's been in a million things for me now. Different stories, playing different versions of himself. He was a major part of the Tycoon series a few years ago. Oh, wait, go on, Saldon. Ooh. He's written a story for me, which I'm going to make into a story video at some point. He's a good bloke. I've known him now probably 5, nearly 6 years, I think. But we've never met. Oh, go on, there you go. And we're going to make a couple of videos. We're going to go for a beer, I reckon, as well. because we're both off work at the time. But we've got 2 video ideas we're going to make. I can't wait to meet him, see how tall he is, see if he's... I think he's quite tall. But when I met the FM Salmon, it came up to about here with me, I was shocked. But I made 3 changes. I've got Boulding on at right back, I brought Valvis on in the middle, and I brought Preto on for Paulo. 3-0. I mean, it's AZ, but still the champions of Netherlands. And I mean, apart from that Chelsea thing, we destroyed Chelsea. We deserve to be here. It's been fantastic. I mean, I was quite disappointed with how early we kind of went out in the cups, really, the domestic cups. But, you know, we got knocked out by good teams, but the teams we've also beaten as well, so it is what it is. I did kind of concentrate on that league, and oh, what's a Danny Ford, man? He's come here as a 3-star, a guy who just makes up the numbers at England, sub-keeper at bloody Newcastle, and he's been brilliant. I love it when you find a player like that. Oh, here they come, here they come. Can they get themselves a consolation? They do. Thomas Schildkamp. 3-1, 7 minutes to go. Well, there we go. Enjoy it, right? Especially you've stuck with the series. 15 years of hard slog. Many late nights for me, many early mornings, much time sacrificed, but every moment of it has been enjoyable because I think I said when I started this, I don't know if I could take Scunny anywhere at one point. I felt like I was fighting up against a brick wall with no money, just signing scraps, players people didn't want, and it's been a slow thing. And we haven't won the Premier League, we haven't won the Champions League, we couldn't win the Carabao Cup, but here we are right now. And these are the proud moments you get when you really have worked your ass off. The Europa League with Scunthorpe, it's fantastic, guaranteed Champions League football, whatever anyway. There's still 1 game left to play in the Premier League. We're away at Arsenal, trying to stop them. It'd be great to win. We're going to jump in at the end, but it's not about us really, because, you know, we can't win the league. I mean, there's a chance we could go level on points, but we can't win it, I don't think, because of goal difference. It's who's going to win it though. European Blues, maybe. European Blues we got battered. Bit of a come down from that final, eh? Who cares? There's nothing to play for. We got absolutely annihilated. Couldn't even get a shot on target. I don't know how it was only 1-0. I'm laughing because just before it ended, I thought, I need a fart. I think I've nearly killed the dog. She shit herself. Proper loud it was and all. It's awful. Anyway, I don't know why I've shared that with you, but I'm not asked about that at all. That was funny. I'm so sorry, Pop. Well, congratulations to West Ham, the new champions of the Premier League. They beat Aston Villa 3-1. Spurs did their job beating Fulham 4-1. Arsenal may have beaten us, got themselves in the Champions League above Villa. But it doesn't matter, we are third. Wow, with a leading goal scored, Golden Boot winner. So here we are now on the 1st of June, and whoever's in charge of Scunny in whatever universe next season, I'll have 40 million to spend, a little bit of wiggle room in the wages, nearly 90 million in the bank. I mean, these options, but the majority, the core of this team now is good. Spurs, ooh, got beat in the Carabao Cup by Arsenal 2-0. City, man, bloody shitty. I've had enough of them at the minute. Beat Newcastle in extra time 2-1 in the FA Cup. And I'm going to be honest, I never thought I'd see that, a trophy of that calibre, of that standard, of that beauty in the trophy cabinet at the new Glanford Park. I never did. I never thought it. You don't know what you're going to do when you start a series like this. You genuinely don't. But it's an achievement, and if it is my final achievement, it's something I'm super proud of. So there we go, that is the end of episode 15, season 15. It's been a joy. I've loved it. I've loved that season. That was absolute Football Manager brilliance. What makes me love this game. I know there's some bigger YouTubers recently have been slagging this game off, especially FM23. I think it's brilliant. I give it a lot of my life, and I get a lot of joy from it, and hopefully you do too, not only playing it but watching me on my little adventures, and it's always appreciated. Everything you do for me is massive. Got some new patrons recently, so you guys, thank you very much, really appreciate that. But yeah, keep your eyes out for that little sub league. Even if you're not involved, I think it'll be good to watch. It's going to be quite fun, or even good for you to play. This has been brilliant to play though, but that offer on the table for my new series has been tempting me now for a couple of weeks. It's all ready to go. Graphic wise, itching to get stuck into it. So is this the end? If it is, thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure. An absolute pleasure. So you stay happy, you stay safe, you enjoy the moment of being a Europa League champ with a Scunny, because every single one of you has become a fan, haven't you? I know you have. We're all Iron fans forever. So yeah, stay happy, stay safe. Love you long time, man. I'll see you later.